Streaming on the network. I'm going to apologize in advance if I pronounce some of these names incorrectly. Ryo and Alam decide to get together at Alam's house so they can watch the show together. They can't believe how the plot has taken an unexpected twist in the first episode. It's not what the club members predicted would happen based on the season 1 finale. So, behind the text. The words you see on the screen are actually the result of multiple layers of abstraction. So these are text messages. All text is composed of individual units called characters. So characters are C-R-A-Z-Y and exclamation point, all examples of characters, including spaces. Unicode is a system for encoding text in all languages, assigning each character a number. Unicode uses the numbers 0 to 127 to represent the letters A to Z, digits, and punctuation. So each of these letters is represented by a number in Unicode. The system of writing numbers with 2 digits is known as binary. In the binary system, the individual zeros and ones are called bits. 8 bits are grouped together to make 1 byte. A byte can represent numbers from 0 to 255. So we have the letter R in Unicode is 84, and the number, 82, and in binary, this is 82. That is a base 2 number system. Most Unicode characters can't be represented with 1 byte. Some characters might be represented by as many as 4. So the Unicode for this emoji are these numbers, and it is 4 bytes of information. Alam checks her phone and sees it only has 1 bar, so she asks Ryo for her Wi-Fi password. Once Alam gets Ryo's Wi-Fi network, her streaming quality improves. The girls text Lucas and Armani throughout the show in excitement and awe. Data transmission. When you upload or download a photo or stream a video, the app you're using is communicating with the internet to get the data that constitutes it. And the more data you consume, the more important the speed of your connection is. Video contains a lot of information, enough to fill a screen full of pixels many times per second and supply audio to the speakers. Read to learn more about bandwidth. So high bandwidth is more data to transmit. The bandwidth of your internet connection measures the maximum amount of data you can receive in a fixed amount of time. In other words, how quickly you can receive data. It's usually expressed in bits per second. If your bandwidth is high, you can view high quality, high resolution video with stereo sound. So that would look like this. Low bandwidth is greater compression. So notice the difference between the clarity of Finding Alyssa here and here. If it's low, you'll notice a degradation in quality. Perhaps the audio will be reduced to mono, not stereo, or the video resolution will be lower. And it's likely that the video compression algorithm will be turned to produce greater compression at the expense of quality, which you'll experience as fuzziness, blocky, banded, or grainy areas, strange flickering, and other compression artifacts. So something getting pixelated is a compression artifact. In the worst case, your app may pause the video to build a buffer, enough data to play for a few seconds to smooth over any hiccups in the connection. The bandwidth of your internet connection determines how quickly you can receive data. Keep reading to learn more about bandwidth. So buffering is downloading a certain amount of data before starting to play media. The internet is made up of lots of smaller networks connected together. If you stream video over a cellular connection, your phone is connecting to a local cell network, which then connects to the internet and eventually to the computer that's streaming the video. The cellular network may have lower bandwidth than the rest of the internet, And the connection to your phone is especially vulnerable to reduced bandwidth if your cell signal is weak. Usually, 1 or 2 bars results in poor video. And of course, if you lose your cell signal completely, you won't be connected to the internet at all, which means you're out of luck if you're not in range of a Wi-Fi network. On the other hand, if you connect via Wi-Fi, you are accessing the video stream via a Wi-Fi router, which typically has higher bandwidth and a more direct connection to the rest of the internet. That's why streaming on Wi-Fi is typically a more pleasant experience. Technologies such as LTE and 5G are efforts to improve cellular network bandwidth. Protocols. A large factor in the success of the internet is open protocols. A protocol is an agreed upon set of rules that allows 2 devices to perform a common function. The internet is built on protocols that handle the transfer of information from one computer to another. And because the protocols are open, meaning that anybody can write software to implement them, many different kinds of computers running many different kinds of software can still coordinate as a team to deliver a stream of video from a server or a cell phone or a wireless security camera via connections as separate as Wi-Fi, cellular, cable, telephone and cable networks, and others, to devices ranging from phones to laptops to desktops, all running different apps and operating systems. All of these many devices and systems speak the common language of basic internet protocols, such as IP, TCP, UDP, and RTSP, which is one common protocol for streaming media.